One day, in retrospect, the years of struggle will strike you as the most beautiful. Out of your vulnerabilities will come your strength. Only a good-for-nothing is not interested in his past. Being entirely honest with oneself is a good exercise. We choose not randomly each other. We meet only those who already exists in our subconscious. The more perfect a person is on the outside, the more demons they have on the inside. The only unnatural sexual behavior is none at all. The goal of all life is death. Love and work, work and love. That's all there is. Love is a state of temporary psychosis. Talk therapy turns hysterical misery to mundane unhappiness. Psychoanalysis is in essence a cure through love. Where does a thought go when it's forgotten? Dreams are the royal road to the unconscious. I cannot think of any need in childhood as strong as the need for a father's protection. Love and work are the cornerstones of our humanness. We are what we are because we have been what we have been. In the small matters trust the mind, in the large ones the heart. If you want to endure life, prepare yourself for death. Maturity is the ability to postpone gratification. The mind is like an iceberg, it floats with 1/7 of its bulk above water. Without love we fall ill. Not all men are worthy of love. From error to error one discovers the entire truth. There are no mistakes. The voice of reason is small, but very persistent. Religion is a universal obsessional neurosis. How bold one gets when one is sure of being loved. Where it was, their ego shall be. If children could, if adults knew. The paranoid is never entirely mistaken. It is not attention that the child is seeking, but love. The sexual life of adult women is a dark continent for psychology. All family life is organized around the most damaged person in it. When someone abuses me, I can defend myself, but against praise I am defenseless. If youth knew, if age could. The first requisite of civilization is that of justice. Time spent with cats is never wasted. A strong egoism is a protection. A woman should soften but not weaken a man. If you can't do it, give up. I've been a fortunate man in life. Nothing has come easily. The only shame in masturbation is the shame of not doing it well. Everywhere I go I find that a poet has been there before me. Yes, America is gigantic, but a gigantic mistake. If it's not one thing, it's your mother. A fear of weapons is a sign of retarded sexual and emotional maturity. If you want your wife to listen to you, then talk to another woman. She will be all ears. The madman is a dreamer awake. Dreams are often most profound when T. Hay seemed the most crazy. Loneliness and darkness have just robbed me of my valuables. The first human who hurled an insult instead of a stone was the founder of civilization. The whole life of instinct serves the one end of bringing about death. History is just new people making old mistakes. Crystals reveal their hidden structures only when broken. Everyone owes nature a death. The inclination to aggression constitutes the greatest impediment to civilization. Dreams are the guardians of sleep and not its disturbers. The ego is not master in its own house. Civilization began the first time an angry person cast a word instead of a rock. To be completely honest with oneself is the very best effort a human being can make. The game replaces sexual enjoyment by pleasure in movement. Were we fully to understand the reasons for other people's behavior, it would all make sense. Analogies, it is true, decide nothing, but they can make one feel more at home. Words were originally magic, and the word retains much of its old magical power even today. Just as no one can be forced into belief, so no one can be forced into unbelief. All that matters is love and work. Dreams are constructed from the residue of yesterday. Writers write for fame, wealth, power, and the love of women. America is a mistake, admittedly a gigantic mistake, but a mistake nevertheless. Men are more moral than they think and far more immoral than they can imagine. With words, one man can make another blessed, or drive him to despair. Flowers are restful to look at. They have neither emotions nor conflicts. When inspiration does not come to me, I go halfway to meet it. Sometimes a cigar is just a cigar. All giving is asking, and all asking is an asking for love. My love is something valuable to me which I ought not to throw away without reflection. When one does not have what one wants, one must want what one has. When we share, that is poetry in the prose of life. That which we can't remember, we will repeat. Desire presses ever forward unsubdued. The shadow of the lost object falls across the ego. At bottom, God is nothing more than an exalted father. One is very crazy when in love. Knowledge is the intellectual manipulation of carefully verified observations. Immorality, no less than morality, has at all times found support in religion. Where such men love, they have no desire, and where they desire, they cannot love. The price of civilization is instinctual renunciation. Our fascination with gold is related to the fantasies of early childhood. I had thought about cocaine in a kind of daydream. It is not so much that man is a herd animal, but that he is a horde animal led by a chief. An overwhelming majority of symbols in dreams are sexual symbols. He does not believe that does not live according to his belief. I never want to belong to any club that would have someone like me as a member. Writing was in its origin the voice of an absent person. no one who shares a delusion ever recognizes it as such. When we attempt to imagine death, we perceive ourselves as spectators. Where it is, there shall ego be. We are never so vulnerable as when we love. Smoking is indispensable if one has nothing to kiss.